So today I'm going to take you through a really simple flow and we're just going to get back to the basics of Pilates. So when you're ready, come and lie onto your back into the relaxation position. So once you're down, you're just going to pause for a moment, bend your knees, lengthen your arms down towards your feet. Feel that the back of the head is heavy on the mat, the back of the ribs, the pelvis is sinking down into the mat, and the legs are quite soft, and the feet are grounded. So from here, we're just going to do a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with each exhale, just sink down onto your mat. Lovely. So in Pilates, it's all about the breath. So with every movement that we do, the breath is really important to facilitate that movement. So if you just remember breathing in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and when we do that, we will put a movement to it. So it can get a little bit confusing, but I will take you through the breath as well. Lovely. So as we inhale, we're going to lengthen our left leg and the right arm is going to come overhead. So we're inhaling on this movement and exhaling back to center, over to the other side. Inhale, exhale. So just focus on that breath. Really opening up the body here. Good, stretching out, pointing the toes, energy through the fingertips. Lovely, place your hands onto your hips and we're going to do some pelvis tilts and tucks. So we're going to just flatten the lower back into the mat and then release the back and then just a slight arch. Okay, so we want a little bit of movement. We can do some circles here as well. And then we're going to circle to the other side if you were doing circles. So we're just getting and feeling that movement of the pelvis. And then from here, we're going to come into our neutral. So neutral is very important in Pilates. It's that midpoint between sort of tucking under and arching. So we don't want to do any of those. We want to find that neutral midpoint because it's a natural curve of your spine. And then from this neutral point, we'll then do our movement. So it is really important that we find what our neutral is, and it does look different for everyone and as everybody is different. Lovely. From here, we're going to come into our spine curls. So just shuffle the feet in a little bit closer to the bottom. We're going to flatten the lower back and then rolling up bone by bone. Send the knees away, squeeze the bottom. From here, we're going to take the arms up and then we're going to bend the elbows, open up the chest, feel that stretch there, and then lift and then roll down through the spine, starting at the breastbone, lengthening the spine, and when you come back into your neutral, then place the arms down. Okay, inhale to prepare. On your exhale, you're going to scoop the pelvis, lifting and rolling the spine up bone by bone. Come to that midpoint, make sure that the ribs are nice and in line, so they're not sort of flared or anything. Lift the arms up, bend the elbows, all the way down if you can. Lift, roll down through the spine, back to neutral, and then float down. Lovely, we're going to do one more of these. Inhale to prepare, exhale to scoop, squeeze the bottom, stand strong in the feet, lift the arms, drawing the elbows down, lift, and then roll, lengthen out that spine, all the way down. Good, interlink your fingers. The hands are going to come behind the head. Open the elbows nice and wide. So here it's really important that the head stays heavy in the hands, so you're not jerking your neck as you come up. The elbows are nice and wide just so that you can see them and your pelvis is in neutral. So first move here, we're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, we're just going to tuck the chin in. So we're just wearing that little chin tuck, and then from there we're going to roll up through the spine, looking towards the thighs. Inhale at the top and exhale to come back down, and the head comes down last. Good, so it's really important that we have that little chin tuck. It just keeps the spine nice and safe. So the movement starts from the cervical spine and then rolling up. Good, and this is really quite a strong one on the abs if you do it correctly. So everything is engaged here. So just really squeezing a little bit. Inhale and then exhale to come down. Good, inhale to prepare. Exhale, nod the chin to the chest. Curling up. Inhale at the top. And then exhale to come down. Lovely, just take your hands down by your side. So what I forgot to say is always use a little bit of abdominals, and you might need to use a bit more with harder movements. And it's also really important that we use our pelvic floor. So I just want you to pop your hands onto your hips and feel as if you're zipping up these really deep inner muscles, almost as if you're going to the toilet and you want to stop the flow. So we're just going to focus on that for a minute. So we're going to lift up the pelvic floor, zip it up, and then release. So you shouldn't be moving any part of your body. So we're going to zip up and release. And it's that zipping up feeling that we want to have throughout the movement. So we're working that pelvic floor, engaging the abdominals, and then release. So we're just going to do one last time. And release. Okay, so we're going to go back to our curl ups with that pelvic engagement. Inhale to prepare, exhale, nod the chin to the chest. We're going to curl up. As we do so this time, we're going to lift and draw the left knee in and then place it back down. Other side, nod the chin to the chest, coming up. Good, we're going to keep it going. Keeping that head heavy in the hands, starting with that chin tuck. And now we're going to add a twist. So same movement with the leg, but we're going to twist over to that knee. So really getting that nice twist and then coming down. Nod the chin to the chest, coming up and twisting over. Coming back down. Lovely, one more to each side, twisting, keeping the elbows wide. We want to think that our armpit is twisting over to the knee. It's not our elbow. Lovely, and then just place the hands down. Lovely, from here, we're going to roll up into sitting, and we're going to really use the breath to get us up. So lengthen both legs, Really squeeze the legs together, squeeze the bottom. The arms are going to come up and overhead. Big inhale here as your exhale is going to help you roll up into sitting. So inhale here, exhale, nod the chin to the chest and roll all the way up into that sitting position. Reach up a little bit taller. And then we're going to tuck the pelvis under, roll back down, bone by bone. And the arms are going to come up overhead. Again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, nod the chin. Sorry, inhale to prepare. Exhale, nod the chin to the chest and come all the way up into sitting. Lifting up and out of the crown of the head. Lifting up through the waist. Tuck the pelvis under. Rolling back bone by bone. Last time, inhale, really big exhale, coming all the way up. Lovely. From here, we're going to come over onto our side for our side lying legs. Okay, so you're going to prop yourself up onto your elbow. It's really important that the elbow is directly under the shoulder and you're lifting up throughout, through your waist and those ribs. Your legs need to be lengthened all the way out. They must be in line with the spine. Hips are stacked, and again, that nice lift. We're going to start by lifting and lowering the leg 8 times. Good. We're going to come into our circle. So circle for 8, coming forward. Keeping everything nice and still, and reverse. Lovely, flex the foot. We're going to lift and hold. And then lower all the way down with control. Lovely, the next one, we're going to lift the top leg, lift the underneath leg and lower both legs down. So small lift with the top leg, join the underneath leg and lower them both down. Lift, join and lower. You should feel it in your waist a little bit as well. If it's too uncomfortable, then do come down and place your head into your hands. So that is an option as well. So lift, join and lower. We've got 3 more to do. Lovely, and then we're going to lift both legs and lower. Lift and lower. So this is quite tricky on the balance. So draw the pelvic floor in, draw the abdominals in. Just natural breaths. 2 more to do. Last one. Lovely, good. We're going to roll onto our backs again. So coming and lying down onto your back. We're going to lengthen the fingertips down towards the heels, bend the knees. Again, find your neutral position here. Find your breath. And we're going to float one leg up to 90, float the other leg up to 90, squeeze them together, and then we're going to start our toe taps. So tapping one toe down and then the other toe down. So for the breath here, it doesn't matter too much. Just make sure you're breathing in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Lovely, finish up. And then we're going to do double toe tap. So tap both toes down and lift up. Inhale, exhale. So as this is slightly more challenging on the abdominals, we need to use the breath. So So inhale on the way down, exhale to draw the legs back to center. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 3 more to do. Last one. Lovely, and just hug the knees into the chest. And then we're going to lengthen out. We're going to come up into sitting again, using our roller. Big inhale to prepare. Exhale, coming all the way up. Lovely, from here, we're going to bend the knees, take the hands just under the knees, sit really high out of the hips. And from here, we're going to take a nice C-shaped curve. So it starts with that pelvis tuck. And then we're just coming into that C-shaped curve. The head is coming in line. And from here, we're lifting up nice and tall. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to nod the chin to the chest as the pelvis tucks under. And then coming up. So we're not coming all the way back. It's a very small movement. Getting that nice C-shaped curve. One more time. Lovely. Now we're just going to take a little extension here. So open the chest, lift the head. And then coming all the way down. Lovely. Swinging over to the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna start by propping myself up on my elbow. So check that the elbow is directly under the shoulder. The hips are stacked and the legs are in line with my spine. And we're gonna start with the leg lifts here. Lovely. And then coming into our circles. So circling forward for 8. And then when you've done your 8, reversing circles for 8. Once we've done that, flex the foot and lift and hold. Try and squeeze the leg up a little bit higher for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just lower all the way down. Lovely. We're going to take the head in the hand now, so come all the way down. It's really important that you keep that lift in the tummy, so you're lifting up and off of your mat. We're going to lift the top leg, join the underneath leg, and lower both down. Lift, join, and lower. Lovely, 2 more to do. And then we're going to lift both legs as one. So we're lifting and lowering. You should start to feel it in the side waist. Good, keep it going. We've got 3 more to do. Lovely, hold. And then lower all the way down, perfect. Coming and lying onto our fronts now. So we're in the prone position. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that the hips are nice and relaxed and the legs are slightly wider than hips. Coming all the way down, you're gonna place your hands just on the outside of the mat and they should be about your ear height. We're going to start by floating the nose and we're coming into our baby cobra. So from here, again, we're going to use the breath Inhale to prepare. As we prepare, draw the tummy in a little bit, zip up that pelvic floor, and we're going to slide the nose away. We're not going to lift it just yet. We've just got that nice slide of the head. So it's a tiny movement. From here, look up through the eyebrows and then lift the back of the head, the neck and the chest as one. Inhale at the top, so hold the movement, inhale, and exhale to lengthen the spine down. Can you grow a bit as you come down? And then the last movement is that nose slide back to neutral. Inhale to prepare, exhale, slide the nose away, look up through the eyebrows, lift the head and the neck. Good, drawing the shoulder blades back and down. And then coming, so it's really important, inhale, exhale, that you get this movement right. And it's such a lovely one if you sit at your desk, or if you want to just extend and open the chest. If you've been hunched over, this is perfect for you. We've got one more. Inhale at the top, exhale, lengthen as you lower down, and then slide the nose in. Good, from here, we're going to place one hand on top of the other, rest your forehead down, and we're going to focus on the legs now. So just rock off the hips, release the lower back, and then from here, you're going to extend your right leg. So extend the right leg in the hip, and then you're going to lift it, keeping that length. So imagine someone's pulling your leg as you lift. And then, so it's a slight little squeeze at the bottom here, and then lower it down. And it should feel longer than the other leg. Extend the left leg, lift, and lower. Good, so this is really like opening the hip and activating the glute. So it's a very gentle movement, it's very small, but it's very effective. So we're going to keep going. Extend, lift. One more on each side. So the hip stays flat against the mat. It's not like lifting up or anything, it's lengthening. And then coming down. Lovely, pushing up onto your hands and knees into the resting position. So if at any point it gets too much, any of the movements get too much for you, we can come back to our resting position. In this position, we've got our knees open, we're sitting back onto our heels and we're reaching our hands forward, resting the forehead down. Okay, so this is the position to come to if anything gets too much. It's really lovely. And it still is an active stretch. We're not just sort of falling asleep here. We're lengthening the fingertips away from us, sitting back onto our heels. Good. From here, pushing up into our 4-point kneeling position. Okay, so 4-point kneeling position, wrists are directly under the shoulders, knees are directly under the hips. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of spine movement here. So we're going to start with our cat and cow. So dropping the tailbone between the legs, we're going to arch the spine all the way up to the ceiling. Take a really nice big deep inhale here. And exhale, coming through your neutral. So finding your neutral here. And then we're going to stick the bottom out and lift into that extension. Again, so we're tucking the tailbone down, reaching up. Big inhale here. And then coming through to our neutral, the head is in line with the spine, and then we come into our extension. One last time, tucking the pelvis. Good, lifting, drawing up the tummy, big inhale, and exhale. Coming and finding your neutral, and then extending. Lovely. From here, we're going to extend the left arm away from you, extend the right leg, and then we're going to lift both to about shoulder height and hip height, keeping everything else still, and then draw it back. So in this movement, so we're going to extend the arm, the leg, lift it up, and then come all the way back to center. So here, we're lifting it up. I'm not lifting the hips or anything. I'm keeping the hips square, and it's really important to keep those hips nice and flat and square as you're really working hard when we do so. Inhale, extend, lift. And then coming in, one more to each side, extend, lift, finding your balance. Keep the head in line with the spine. Lovely, and then we're going to sit back into our resting position, and we're just going to release off the wrists. Have a wriggle here. Lovely, slowly sitting up. Just have a wriggle with the shoulders. And we're going to come into our mermaid stretch. So we're going to sit onto the right hip. The right leg is going to be sort of at a 90-degree angle, and the other leg is just curled behind. From here, I'm placing your right hand down onto the mat. You're going to inhale the left arm up, and we're going to stretch over to the side, and then come back to center. Inhale, keeping the shoulder down. That hand can come far away if you wish. Bend the elbow, stretching over here. And then coming back to center. Last time. Lovely, good. We're going to swing the legs around over to the other side. Reaching up nice and tall, bending, and then sweeping back. Again, lifting up. So it's such a gorgeous stretch all the way down that side body. Last time. Good. Perfect, good. We're going to swing the legs around now. Come up into standing. So safely come up. Lovely. And our last position is our standing. So we're going to have the feet hip width apart and parallel. You're going to lengthen your arms down by the sides of your legs, lifting up through the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Tummy held nice and tight, zipping up the pelvic floor. So there is quite a lot to think about. And we're just going to rock forwards and backwards on the feet. And then come into that midpoint. So from the big toe, little toe, and the heel. We're going to take a big inhale to prepare. As we exhale, we're going to come into a roll down. So nod the chin to the chest. We're rolling down through the spine, bone by bone. The head is heavy, the arms are relaxed. And we're rolling down as far as you can go. Inhale here. And exhale, stand strong into your feet. And roll up. Coming all the way up into standing. Lovely. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, nod the chin to the chest. So we're coming and rolling down bone by bone. Hanging heavy at the bottom. And then rolling up. Lovely. Last time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. And then rolling all the way up. Lovely, floating the arms up above the head. Inhale, exhale to open them nice and wide. Take a little bend of the knees. Inhale, exhale. Last time, bend of the knees. And open nice and wide. Lovely, give yourself a roll. And I hope you enjoyed and that you've got a better understanding of the movements.